All right, Raider Nation, today we're going to talk about running backs. Specifically, we're going to talk about Ashton Jeanty, who is probably going to be the only running back taken in the first round. But we're also going to talk about a couple of other guys named Scadaboo and Hampton. These are a couple of real prospects that the Raiders should absolutely go and take a look at. In fact, I think it is a very high probability that we will land one of these three guys. But also, as you guys can see behind me, we got the new studio under construction. And I just want to ask the Raider Nation, right now you're going to see the Venmo up on the screen. What we are doing right now is for every person who Venmos $100, you're going to get your name on a plaque that is going to go on the wall of the Raider D studio. And so this is a really big deal for us. We can't do it without you guys. Yes, we have sponsors and they really help us out a lot. But to finish this construction, we need to raise $20,000 to fully deck this thing out and get it 100% ready to go. It's already framed up and we just need to get electrical. We need to finish putting in the bathroom and then finish all the interior work. And for that, we estimate it's going to be around 20 grand. So let's go take a look inside as we're talking about football. Let me show you guys a Casa de Raider D. So this is the studio. It is under construction and we do have some stuff in here right now. But right now we have the desk set up with the computer and whatnot. There's the wifey's desk over there. And yeah, basically it's just raw construction right now. Over here, we're gonna have the bathroom because, you know, you gotta have a bathroom if you're gonna have a studio. You don't wanna run all the way to the house. And of course, I got the big screen TV already put up, but all of this stuff is gonna have to come out in order for us to finish it because again, we need to throw in electrical. Right now, we do have electrical in here being powered by today's sponsor, and that is Vtoman. They are powering all the power out here as well as the solar panel outside. If you guys haven't seen it already during my Super Bowl stream, let me show you kind of how we got that set up. They are a really cool company and they're actually sending us out some more panels to give us even more capability out here. And then the plan is we're going to actually build a solar array out here on the property. But this is their 400 watt panel that is helping to charge up the battery. It is an all-in-one. It's called the Jump 1800. I'll leave a link down below if you guys want to go and check them out. Great for job site type work. And you can get it right now with my link for under $600, which is an insane value. You're getting 1800 watt inverter with over 1500 watts of battery capacity. So thank you to Vtoman for sponsoring the channel. So now that I gave you guys just a quick little tour, you know, just as a reminder, listen, everybody who drops a $100 Venmo right now with this video or any of the future videos until we reach that mark that we're trying to reach, you guys are going to get a plaque, and that plaque will be shown in all of the videos with all of your guys' names on it because we can't do it without you. All right, let's talk about Ashton Jeanty, Omarion Hampton, and Scadaboo. These three running backs have immense ability and potential in the NFL for the Las Vegas Raiders if the Raiders were to draft one of these three. And I've picked these three out because I think that the three of these guys will probably, out of the very deep running back class, have the most success in the NFL. So let's start out with the burgeoning superstar out of Boise State, Ashton Jeanty. Why should the Raiders use their number 6 pick, or maybe even trade back a couple of picks, because most draft boards have Ashton Jeanty out of the top 10. They have him around pick 11 or 12. Why should the Raiders use a first-round draft pick on this guy? Well, anybody who can put up over 2,500 yards and be second runner-up to the Heisman Trophy in a single season with over 30 touchdowns is just a guy you want on the team. He is an absolute weapon. Now, he is completely different than the other two running backs that I have on this list, but here's what I'm thinking, and I think that it makes a lot of sense. One of the things that the Raiders are drastically lacking in is running back talent on this team right now. Now, that's not to say that the running backs that we have aren't any good. They're just not superstars. And if you're going to make a real run at a playoff and possibly a Super Bowl, Philadelphia kind of showed you what you need to do. Tampa Bay a few years ago also showed you what you need to do, and that is have a dominant defensive line and a dominant run game. And with Pete Carroll as our head coach now, it makes a lot of sense that he's going to go after a star running back, a guy that can make big plays on the ground, and that's going to protect and open things up for your quarterback, because it may be that when you look at Aiden O'Connell's tape, maybe Pete Carroll says, hey, you know what? I can make something out of this guy. Maybe Chip Kelly says, you know what? I can make something out of this guy. Maybe we don't need a quarterback right now. If you're not going to get Shedeur Sanders, if he's not in the cards for you, if he's already off the board, then maybe you go after a playmaker. Now, I understand that you need to build the trenches, but I think that you could build the trenches in the second and the third round quite easily. But when you're getting a generational player, it makes a lot of sense that you'd want to go out and grab him. So if at pick number 6, Ashton Genty's still on the board, and the teams that are coming up behind us are not going to take a quarterback, or take a running back, but maybe they want to move up for a player, maybe you trade back to pick maybe 8 or 9, maybe even 10, and you grab an additional second-round draft pick, and maybe even a couple of second-round draft picks, one this year and one next year. Those are very good picks that you could definitely use to further advance this team, because there are superstars sitting in the second round each and every single year. And then you grab Ashton Genty. Now, what you're getting with him is an awesome playmaker. I'm thinking Alvin Kamara type of guy, a guy that every defense is going to have to absolutely pay attention to, because if not, he will break away and he'll be going for a touchdown. He has tremendous athleticism, speed, balance, bounce, vision. He has it all. The only thing that he doesn't have is, that 6'1", 240-pound running back, NFL power back type of thing, but he's not a power back. He is a playmaker, and you definitely are going to get a lot of excitement out of a guy like him. But even if the Raiders were to do that and draft him in the first round, I think that the Raiders would be well-to-do to also draft a backup for him, maybe a complimentary player, possibly in the second round or in the third round if he falls there, and that's going to be one of my other 2 guys. And this way you're going to have that thunder and lightning from New York, where you've got the elite playmaker guy in Ashton Genty, and then you've got the power back guy. You got the guy that's going to pound it in for that, first and goal on the 5-yard line. And first one comes to mind for me is Omarion Hampton. This guy is 6 foot tall, 225-pound power back. Now, it is rumored that he runs a 4.4 40, but he does get caught from behind by cornerbacks and safeties when he's breaking off for long runs, as he seems to start slowing down after he's passed about 20 or 30 yards. And so maybe his conditioning needs to be upgraded a little bit once he gets to an NFL training staff. But one thing about Omarion Hampton, for 2 seasons in a row, he's had over 1,500 yards rushing, whole bunch of touchdowns. But not just is he a great power back and a change of pace kind of guy, he's a very downhill running style, but he also has very soft hands for a running back, and he's pretty agile for a guy his size. Now, he doesn't have elite bounce and cut that, Ashton Genty has, but he doesn't need that. That's not his style of game. And so getting him, you're going to get a guy possibly that you can put in the lineup, and you can do some flat routes for him, some hook routes for him, some slant routes for him, because he's got very soft hands. This dude, he catches the ball like he's a wide receiver, and he just does it so fluidly. And so that's why I say on my list, Omarion Hampton is number 2. I think he'd be a great pickup for the Raiders, even if he was the first running back the Raiders. Let's say the Raiders didn't get Ashton Jeanty. If you go and you get Omarion Hampton, that is an upgrade over the entire running back group that we have with the Raiders right now. And I think that he would easily be an every down back with the Las Vegas Raiders. Now let's talk about Skattebo. There's been a lot of talk about Skattebo and a lot of comparisons to him to bigger backs in the past of the NFL because he is a true power back. This dude, even though his size, I mean, he's only listed at like 5'10", 5'11". He doesn't have elite size. He's not 6 foot, 6'1". He's not 225 pounds, 230 pounds. He's not that kind of a power back. He's a power back based on just raw strength, right? Strength per pound of this dude is absolutely off the charts. He is extraordinarily difficult to bring down. And again, this is a guy who's probably going to be available in the second, maybe the third round. And if the Raiders were to pick up Skattebo in the second or third round, I absolutely would love it because I just think that this dude's going to have a great career in the NFL. He stays healthy. And again, he's just got that freakish strength and that balance. He's not elite in speed or anything like that, but when he hits a linebacker, when he hits a safety, when he hits a corner, they're going to fill it tomorrow and probably the rest of the week. And so that's definitely the kind of attitude that we need with the silver and black. That hard-nosed, gritty, pound it in your face type of running back. And so that's why I think Skattebo would be absolutely perfect for the Raiders. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. And again, if you want to help us finish out the Raider D podcast studio that we are currently building, we need to raise $20,000. For every $100 Venmo, you're going to get your name on a plaque, and we will also put that on a ticker in some of our videos as well. Can't do it without you guys. Appreciate you so much. Please hit that subscribe button and the like button, and I'll see you guys in the next Raider D podcast video.